Hi everyone, welcome back to another Mad About Mini Paper Pads video, and thank you for joining me again today. Before we get started, I am going to mention all the links below. There are a ton of links below, so please follow those along. There are even some ladies who are just on Instagram. Ton of inspiration, so I hope you guys are enjoying playing along. And yeah, don't forget to check out their videos. I just wanted to say that because I am horrible about remembering to say that. So I'm going to get that out of the way first. Now, this is, okay, let me restart that. I am using the same collection basically that I used last month, and I'm going to do a lot of things similarly, but it is going to turn out a lot different. So I am taking this stencil to start with, and I am inking up different areas on my paper. And then I'm going to add some splatters around and then the stars. When I was doing the voiceover for my last layout, I kind of got this inspiration. Like I thought, I love the way those stars turned out. I think it'd be great if you could make your own background paper with kind of the same similar idea. And so I thought, I'm going to try that. I have all this stuff out. I'm going to try it. So I did basically, and trying to make some big splatters here just so you know what I'm trying to do. I still didn't get the ones as big as I wanted, but trying. But I did find some spray ink, so next time I want some big splatters, hopefully I will have ordered it by then. Anyways, this is not going to be, you can probably see that I had a piece of 8x8 cardstock that I cut down. I did cut it down to 8x8. And so in the center, that is where that is going to go. And so I'm basically going to be making my own background paper for just the outsides. Now, just a couple tips if you want to kind of do the same thing. When you are putting your colors of stars down, like you can see I started with the orange and then I went with the green. Basically, a good way to go about it is to kind of make a triangle on the page. So I'm putting one green on this side and then another spot and then another spot. So it makes a triangle. The other thing you want to kind of pay attention to is when you are doing that with your colors, that you don't kind of put them all together. Like don't start with orange and make a triangle and then start with green and then go to green and make a triangle, but put all the green ones next to all the orange ones. Give them a little space or play around a little. This background was super easy to do, just keeping that in mind. Also sizes, keep in mind different sizes. If you can use different sizes of the colors, then that really helps. The other thing is maybe solids versus the outlines. And if you didn't have the outlines or don't like the outlines or don't like the solids, vice versa, you could just use one or the other. You do not have to use them all. I just kind of was playing and having fun with the outlines. So I'm going to keep doing that and I'm going to keep adding them in. There does come a point where some of your colors will be near each other, and that is okay. Like the dark blue is near the other one. Just try to maybe avoid putting them right on top of each other or right next to each other and spreading a little bit of space in between, and it'll be fine. Let me know if you have any questions about that. I'm not the greatest at explaining things, so anyways, I hope that helps. My goal was, like I mentioned, I got the inspiration to do kind of my own background paper with this kind of same technique. And so I was kind of looking at my sketches. I did find a sketch. It's by Allison Davis. You know, if you know me, you know I love my Scrapbook Generation sketches. This one actually by hers, she does have the 8x8 in the middle, which is what gave me the idea. I do believe around the outside, she has something else like squares. So you could do whatever you wanted. It's like not, they're like full filled in squares. It's not like kind of all over the place like these stars are, but it's what gave me the inspiration to do the middle layout piece here. And I will talk more about that in just a second. I am going to throw in the little bit of information that I kind of was working on this layout before I did the voiceover for my last layout and had not cleaned this mat at that point. So I was still trying out this mat. Again, just buyer beware, because this was the last time I'm basically going to get to use it because it has no stickiness on it whatsoever. But this was right before I cleaned it. So, and again, I wasn't very smart about taking off the backing of the foam tape, so I kind of messed that up a few times in this video, but I don't think you guys really pick up on that as much as I did when I was actually doing the layout. Um, I love the idea of picking it up like that. It made gluing these down so much easier, but you can easily do this. I think you'd be just fine doing it one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all those down. And I did add foam tape behind the solid stars and just wet glue behind the outline stars. And then I'm going to trim off the edges, you can see here. And I just love the way this background comes out. Like I said, I have the 8x8 white cardstock for the middle. And I went through my stash because I didn't want just an 8x8 piece of white cardstock in the middle, because I wanted like some kind of separation. Oh, and let me tell you real quick, I am adding foam tape. I need to use up this roll of foam tape anyway. So because I added foam tape behind some of the solid stars, this is a little bit thicker of a foam tape, so it will easily hold up the 8x8 cardstock in the middle and make it so it stands up a little bit, so I don't have to worry about trimming those stars down or having humps and bumps everywhere. So I did pull out this Jack and Jill by Echo Park. It's a super old collection, years old, but I found this piece of cardstock, or this pattern paper, that really matched. And I know the airplanes don't go with my theme, but I really just wanted it for that blue border. And once you trim it, it kind of leaves a little bit of white specks from the planes, but that's all it looks like. So it kind of goes along with the kind of grunginess that I already have going on the paper. And so that worked out really well, just so you know where I got that pattern paper from. Now here I thought I would be nice and clever and take off the backing of 2 of the foam strips that's on the back of the paper and line it up. And I was all proud because it looks straight. I pulled out my T-square ruler and thought, hey, that actually worked pretty well. Then I look at it and I totally noticed that it's completely off center. So after the video was off, I tried backing it. I thought about cutting it down and backing it with another background, the whole entire layout, but I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. It is what it is, and nothing I can do about it now. So I started to work on my title. I have this alphabet set, so what I did was cut 3 from white cardstock and 1 from one of the pattern paper, and I glued them together to make them a little bit thicker of a title. Nothing new. You've seen me do that before, and a lot of scrapbookers are doing that nowadays. I will link the alphabet that I used below, and the reason I picked that alphabet, and I'm actually at the end of the layout, or as I'm working with the title, I'm even happier that I used that alphabet, but 2 reasons. One, it kind of mimics the handwriting that my son did on this whiteboard. And 2, it's kind of, when I glue it down, it kind of is messy on the layout and kind of also mimics the handwriting. Not to say he has messy handwriting, but come on, he's a boy. So anyways, just thought I would throw that. I'm very happy with the title. I didn't really know what to call this, to be honest. It's a lame title. It's just Shrek song. However, if excuse me, if any of you have teenagers out there like mine, Shrek seems to be the in thing right now, especially for boys. I don't know so much for my daughter, but everything's like Shrek. Oh yeah, Shrek. Shrek's so cool. I don't get it, but whatever. I mean, I like the movie Shrek, but so the title of this is Shrek Song. What my son did was that song All Star, that's part of Shrek. He wrote the entire lyrics down on this whiteboard one day. I don't know why. I even wrote that in my journaling. I said, I don't know why, but I guess I'm not surprised. This is my son. So the title, all I could really think of is Shrek Song. I could have probably put the title of the song, I don't know, but as I was looking through the cards for something to back these 2 pictures with, I came across that one 3x4 card you will see here in a few minutes that says you're an all-star. And I thought, how perfect is that? I know the song I think is just all-star, but I still am going to use it. I thought, how that's just perfect. So I'm going to kind of play around with, I was originally going to kind of follow the sketch where on the sketch she has the title below, but I didn't really like it there. So I'm going to kind of play around with, you're going to see me struggle with this font a little bit. My fingers, I don't know, this is like a few days after I started the layout and I just felt like I was very shaky in this video. I'm not sure what was going on. You guys probably can't even really notice. It's not like I hadn't eaten or anything like that. It was just kind of off. So if you see me messing around with the title too much, sorry about that. But anyways, I did a little bit of journaling. I did pause it so I could print out my journaling because I knew where I put my journaling was going to matter on this layout. And I'm going to look through the very few stickers I have left, and I'm going to find a couple that work. I thought there was a guitar. I feel like I'm missing a sticker sheet, but I guess not. But I did find this cassette tape, and I thought perfect because the cassette tape's not something I would normally use on a layout, I guess. I mean, cassette tapes are obviously more from my generation than this generation, but I mean, I don't usually even do much about songs. I guess, I don't know. So I was happy to use that cassette tape, and I feel like it fits in there really perfectly. Then I'm going to also use on this sticker sheet, there is a record, and I am going to kind of tuck it in behind one of the photos like I did the cassette tape. So it kind of more looks like a black circle, but I don't really care. It looks good there. So, and then I also again found that green smiley face. And if you saw the last video, I wanted to add the smiley face because this is the kiddo that likes to leave the smiley faces everywhere. So I kind of feel like I should start putting smiley faces on all his layouts. That's kind of a good idea. And then a couple just little arrows. I don't add too much to this page as far as embellishing. I am going to grab a couple of clips that are so old. I got these from 2 Peas in a Bucket. That's how old these clips are. And they are part of my stash that I had pulled to try to get used up. And I had originally pulled 2 arrow clip ones, but I didn't like the arrow on the right-hand side. I didn't really want it to stick off of that 8x8 size paper. So I looked in my black because I knew I had silver ones and found this gray one that was just a star, and it worked pretty good too. So that is pretty much going to be my layout. Just to point out one thing though, I did not add any of the splatters or inking or anything like that to the 8x8 sheet. I wanted it kind of to be very bright and stand out against the background. I wanted to push the background back a little bit. And so that is what I did. And the other thing I did add was just one black acrylic star in 3 different places on the main 8x8 layout. So I hope you guys like this video. Again, kind of a different layout for me, but had fun playing. I am debating on doing one more with this collection, but I think I'll try something else for this next month. So again, don't forget to play along. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.